Hi everyone, welcome back to Vedic Life Coaching. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to the Sidereal Vedic Astrology Outlook for the month of October. We're going to take a look at the energies of October, what is coming up, what can we expect. I want to welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining this growing community. It's wonderful to have you here. I'm recording this on the 18th of September, so we are currently in between two eclipses at the moment, and the energy is very intense. I have been speaking to all kinds of different people, fellow practitioners, my clients, friends and family. Everybody is telling me about how intense life is for them right now, or how, for some people there's something chaotic going on in their world right now, and or people are just feeling a bit tired, a bit run down, a bit depleted. So know that if that's you, you are definitely not alone. This year is, we're coming to the end of a 9-year here, and things are intensifying. So a 9-year is a Mars year, and when we're in a Mars year, we are busy closing out cycles. And I have been closing out quite a lot of cycles as well. I've been getting organized. I've been doing all kinds of things. I've been wanting to work on my tarot deck. I have not been able to do that. And I feel like I should be able to, because I'm just updating an old project. So it's not really like I'm starting anything new as such, but I'm finding that it's difficult to get the time. So if you have a project like that you are wanting to do, but other things keep coming up or coming into the picture, don't worry, because next year is a number one new year. It's a sun year. That's going to be an ideal time for creativity, getting things off the ground, all that kind of thing. So we do have that to look forward to. So yes, September has been an intense month. Just to go over the eclipse dates again, that's 7th, 8th September to 21st September. So 7th, 8th September total lunar eclipse, and 21st September we have an eclipse there as well. I also wanted to mention a couple of important dates coming up. We've got the equinox on the 22nd of September. I always forget to mention that, but I've got a note here now. And we've also got Diwali on the 20th of October for anyone who celebrates Diwali. And we're also going to have the clocks change. So I've got this written in my diary. I've got one of those diary sheets that I would have shared with you the PDF for that in an old video. And basically we've got clocks changing in Australia on the 5th of October, and we've got clocks changing in the United Kingdom on the 26th of October. So that's just a little reminder there for everyone. But let's take a look at what we've got coming up in the month of October. So I have spoken before about Mars in Libra. I've done a breakout video on that, and I've talked about that it's all about justice and correcting imbalances in relationships. And yes, that can be between individuals, but that can very much be between nation states as well. So that is something to check out. And of course, I've done a report for every single sign in that video. In October, I believe the big news is going to be the Saturn-Sun opposition. And we're also going to get a taste of exalted Jupiter for the first time in 11 years. So that is going to be a new energy. And we're going to experience that from the 19th of October to the 5th of December. What I'll do is I'll do a separate breakout video on that particular transit. So I'll do a report for every single sign. You'll be able to catch up with my thoughts there. I did take a brief look at the fact that we're going to be experiencing exalted Jupiter for the first time in 11 years. I thought, okay, well, what happened 11 years ago? So I looked up 2014 to see what the major news was, and I'll just take you through this quickly. I found an article by ABC News, and I was kind of surprised actually to see that a lot of the news is very similar to what we're experiencing now. If we take a look at this article, I'll scroll through and I'll show you. So biggest news stories of 2014, we've got number one, the Ebola epidemic becomes a global health crisis. Okay, we're not having a global health crisis, but have a look at these next ones. So we've got here disasters on Malaysian Airlines. I thought that was an interesting thing there. So 239 missing people on board. That is... yeah, I think was that, it doesn't say the flight number, but I will have a look at that. Maybe I might talk about this in the Exalted Jupiter video. But let's take a look at number three, fighting in Ukraine and Crimea. And we've got a mention here of discord between Russia and Ukraine. So we have that news article, and then have a look at the next one. 4, deadly Israel-Hamas conflict. I'm like, wow, okay, there's a lot that's very similar. So I was hoping for this exalted Jupiter, like I was hoping that this exalted Jupiter could bring justice and or peace. You know, an exalted Jupiter is wonderful. There's wisdom and justice and all kinds of good things contained in Jupiter's energy. Jupiter brings blessings as well. But one thing that I have seen is that, say for example, if you have an illness, and Jupiter's transiting 6 from your ascendant, for example, and if you've got an illness, Jupiter might expand the illness. Jupiter will expand what's there already. So if you have been very disciplined, you've been good with your diet, all of that, Jupiter can expand your health. So we do have a part of our world that is not well, and yeah, it could be that Jupiter expands some of the tension and or the difficulties. We're going to have Jupiter in Cancer. That's Jupiter's exaltation sign. We're going to have that transit in full from the 2nd of June 2026 to the 26th of June 2027. So this is an energy that's coming up. We're going to start to get a taste of it this month. So that is something I wanted to mention there. If we continue to have a look at the energies for October, we've got a Saturn-Sun opposition happening across the Pisces-Virgo line. So Sun in Virgo will embolden leaders, kings, politicians, CEOs, people who are in charge to step up their, now this could be in a positive way. We could be looking at their creativity, what they want to expand, what they want to create, positive things like that. But equally, Sun in Virgo could step up their divide and conquer strategies. Some of these leaders might try even harder to divide and conquer. Virgo is like that. Virgo rules the intestines in the body. And Virgo is very much that place where, it's decided, okay, what do we keep? What do we get rid of? It can be, it's a decisive energy. It's a decisive and discriminating energy, that can work like that. So we've got the Sun in Virgo, which, as I say, could embolden leaders to be even more harsh with their divide and conquer strategies. But then Sun will be moving opposite Saturn in Pisces. So the Sun will run into limitations. The Sun will run into delays. The Sun will run into we can't do it. The Sun will run into delays, limitation, can't do it, rules, Saturn, rules, structure, so it's quite interesting at this time what's happening there. So definitely that first half of the month is where these leaders might be trying to do lots of things. Saturn is probably going to limit a lot of what's possible. Now Rahu in Aquarius is proving to be a strong energy at this time, and Rahu in Aquarius is doing a great job of empowering the people right now. And I've got here, never before have we seen such massive global awakening on the planet. there is so much awakening. I keep seeing that. I keep seeing that people are, they're looking and they're wanting to know. They're wanting to know what's really going on here. And people are not so fussed about, you know, I know there's a lot of talk about left and right and people are trying to make things political and there's all this kind of thing. But there are all these anomalies that are happening. There are all these strange things that are happening that are breaking all of that down. That left and right thing does not work anymore. It really doesn't. And I've got a note here that what people like David Icke talked about 20 or 30 years ago, or however long ago, I mean, he was the first to talk about a lot of things that are being talked about openly today and that are being understood today. You know, he was a real visionary. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I haven't looked at his chart for a long time actually, but yeah, I think he's got exalted sun in his chart, and he is due some kind of major recognition because I think his Sun Mahadasha will start soon. But he talked about these things a long time ago, and a lot of people are talking about the very same things right now. So the Sun is in Virgo through to the 17th of October, and then the Sun will be debilitated in Libra. So how can we interpret that? I mean, when it comes to looking at global leadership, now one of the positive ways that I see Sun in Libra is that it produces a person who's very empathetic. And that is true. I've seen that many times because the Sun is diminished, so the ego is less. But, you know, if you're a real ego person, how does this work? Sun in Libra. That's a bit of it. The sun is getting darker, you know, so that's kind of interesting right there. I've got here, Mars will be close by, and both Mars and Sun will receive the aspect of an exalted Jupiter from 19th October through to the end of the month. And I've got here, this could be an intense time. So we've got a darker Sun kind of thing. We've got Mars wants to act. And we've got an exalted Jupiter casting energy in. We're also going to have an aspect from Rahu as well. So yeah, I think 19th October onwards through to the end of the month, that really could be an intense time, a time to take care. I will do a brief news matchup. How are we doing on time? Actually, not too bad. Oh, that's good. I'll do a brief news matchup and then we will get into the mini reports. So for this month, the only news item that I have to match up is the death of Charlie Kirk. I didn't know anything about him at all before, you know, I started seeing his name in headlines and all this kind of thing. So at the moment I'm catching up, watching news about him and learning about who he was and what he stood for and all these different things. So I am learning about all this, and the only couple of points that I wanted to mention here was just to say that there was a point about numerology and there was a point about astrology. So astrologically, I haven't looked at his chart or any of that. I wouldn't do that. But it's just that it happened on the 10th of September and we had the eclipse, a total lunar eclipse, on the 7th or 8th, thereabouts of September. So I do class this as an eclipse event. I think that this has coincided with that time. The other thing I just wanted to make mention of was a numerology point. And this occurred to me while I was watching a shorts video by George Galloway. And I'll put a link to the video below so you'll be able to see it. George Galloway pointed out that both Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu announced the news via 2 different time zones at precisely 3:02. And I wanted to bring this point up because they're often talking about how elite people are kind of obsessed with numerology and astrology, and they kind of speak this language and or send messages through numbers and things like that. And I just wanted to bring this up. And, you know, I'm now just thinking about, you know, Donald Trump is currently in the United Kingdom, and I watched a bit of footage of him at the state dinner or something like that they had, and people were talking about the subtle signs that the women, the royal women, were sending through their choice of jewels and their choice of, you know, outfit and brooches and things like that. So there are very often, that's a positive version of the elite sending messages through subtle means, right? So that's a positive, beautiful thing. That, you know, if they wear a particular brooch to honor the United States or something like that, that's really nice. But then also there are certain shadowy things like this. What I'm going to point out here is that the news was announced at 3:02. And I wanted to point this one out because in tarot, the number 5 is, especially when you look at the suits, that's a difficult number. And when I saw 3:02, and also the fact that George Galloway pointed it out, I thought was very interesting, because I wouldn't have picked him as being someone who would make a note of that. But that's really, I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that he did talk about this and pointed out that, yeah, the news was announced at 3:02 and in 2 different time zones. I think he says that 10 hours later, it's like, so Donald Trump has to announce it at 3:02 and Netanyahu announces it at 3:02. Now 3 and 2 is 5, so in numerology that's a 5 number. Now as per Vedic numerology, the Vedic system, that's Mercury. So okay, I thought about Mercury and I thought, yeah, but then I thought about tarot and I thought, it's the 5 of Swords. And I'll bring up the card. I've got a copy of it here on my screen as well. I'll bring it up and just show you what I see. The card is the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, out of the 78 card tarot system, this is the one card that contains this meaning, and the meaning is win at all costs. And I just thought this was an interesting thing to point out. We've got depicted a figure who's very happy. He's collected all the swords and he's defeated the people. And we're seeing there's 2 people here, but let's just say that's a crowd. It's like the people are disheartened, they've lost, they're turning away, and there's a smug figure here who's got all the swords. And this is very much a card that just means win at all costs. And I think that that is interesting, because I think one of the subtle messages that maybe, I don't know, I mean, this could all be coincidence and I'm just stitching up all this stuff and maybe this means nothing. But what I see here, and when he said 3:02 and he pointed that out as being unusual, I thought it's unusual, and I immediately thought of the 5 of Swords. And I thought of, and you look at any 5 in the suits. You look at the 5 of Rods, it's competition, but it's an aggressive kind of a card. You look at the 5 of Cups, it's just heartbreak and pure loss. That's a really sad card. You look at the 5 of Pentacles, poverty. You know, but for me, the meaning that I took was, yeah, the 5 of Swords, win at all costs. And the cost is human life. And yeah, it's almost like it's just so awful to think about, but that there could be an energy that wants to do this. And, you know, yeah, it's just, gosh, what a time. But what I want to say is that light always wins. Light always wins at the end of the day, and the darkness knows this as well. The darkness does not, and that's why it's so afraid, and that's why it's so desperate to live, and that's why it's so nasty, because the darkness is always dissolved and conquered by the light. And I think humanity's doing an incredible job right now of looking. We're looking at the situation, we're seeing, we're watching, we're not, it's our awareness that will heal and transform and change things. It's changing right before our eyes. And one of the things that I have seen and observed as well is, there is like a speed at which, like, consciousness is growing fast. That's another thing. I was telling someone about that today, how quickly ideas are becoming dated, and things in culture. So many cultural things I've seen change just over the last few years. It's very fast. Rapid awakening that's happening. So there will be some pockets of darkness that are just, desperately struggling to keep going. But we're all looking. The eyes of the world are on that part of the world, and it is our light and our awareness. And the fact that, maybe we're joining these dots and we're looking at 302 and we're getting the message and we're seeing it and we're going, yeah, we see that, your hidden messages are just, what is that? What is that? So yeah, guys, that's all that I have for the overview section. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at every single sign. I hope you'll join me for your sign. You can use the jump links below. That will make it easy. And of course, if you want to watch the whole thing, you can. I know some people do that. I imagine that students of astrology might like to see the whole thing. I'm just plugging my laptop. There we go. All right. So we are now going to welcome Aries. Aries, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Aries Ascendant, Aries Moon, or Aries Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what do we have going on here, Aries? Well, we have got Sun opposite Saturn. So that's for the first half of the month through to 17th October. Sun opposes Saturn across your 6th and 12th houses. So this actually might energize your health. Equally, you might feel guided to be more disciplined with your health in terms of diet and or exercise. So this could be a time, it could also illuminate if you do have some health challenges where you need to be more disciplined and what specifically you need to do. So that is something interesting there. It might even be the kind of thing where you read an article about, okay, I need to eat more of, I don't know, eat more pineapple or whatever. Pineapple has good enzymes, but like, you know what I mean. It could be something like that. So you're being illuminated possibly about something health-wise, and Saturn's encouraging you to up the discipline or improve how you look after yourself. I've got here excellence and discipline at work will be needed across the first half of the month. Equally, I think your work could be quite enjoyable in the first half of the month. Sun going through Virgo as it's doing in your 6th house. That's a winning star. So there's something about you winning in the first half of the month there. And for the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra, your 7th house. Venus will also be debilitated in the 6th house. So this is actually a little bit tough energy on your partnership. It's good energy if, like, for work, for you to be loving your work. So if you're single or anything like that, you've still got good energy going on there. But if you're in a partnership, marriage, any of that, it's a good idea to give your relationship a bit of space at this time. If things get a bit tense, this is a time where you might just want to focus more on your work. Your efforts will be seen and rewarded at work. So it's good work energy on the whole, Aries. Now on the 7th of October, there's a full moon in Pisces, Vedic Nakshatra. It's happening in your 12th house. So you are completing a major cycle at this time. And when I look at the meaning for this, I'm getting a bit of a wild card feel. I'm not sure in what area you are completing something, but there is a major completion because the full moon is happening in Revati Nakshatra, the last nakshatra. So this is some big work that you've completed here. I've got here on the 7th of October, the full moon, you are very intuitive at this time. You will definitely get your own answers. So tune in and get in touch with your guides. They will communicate directly. Now on the 21st of October, there is a new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra happening in your 7th house. So Chitra Nakshatra, we have the celestial architect here, and we have this beautiful new moon. So this is a great time to architect new projects. This is plans connecting in with your audience or your business or a partnership or a collaboration that you might want to do if you want to collaborate with someone. This could be a plan with your partner. This could be a plan with your business partner and or your person you're married to. So it's looking like a good month ahead there, Aries. But yeah, definitely you might need to up the discipline. That is something that I'm seeing there. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Taurus. Taurus, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Taurus Ascendant, Taurus Moon or Taurus Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month to the 17th of October, we have got this incredible Sun-Saturn opposition, and that's happening across your 5th and 11th houses. So there might be some discipline needed in your finances. If you have investments or any of that, you might be looking to structure that better or organize that better. If it's not investments or money, it could even be your home as well. There's something about you getting more organized at this time. I know that's been quite a theme over these last few weeks. I think I talked about that in the last couple of videos maybe, but it's kind of still going here. I've got here, this is also a good time to review the rules that you and your family live by and make corrections or adjustments where needed. So maybe there are some more rules needed at home. Are there rules needed at home? This could be a time where you're able to implement those. So get things organized in the family environment. Something like this could be being highlighted here. There's also something about getting real about money. Maybe you've got to become more grounded or more real about some situation. Maybe you've been putting something off because you are hoping for some financial thing to work out, but maybe, okay, we have to get real. That thing ain't going to happen. It's that, apologies, Taurus, it just cut out there. I think I was talking about getting real and something about it ain't going to happen, and then it cut out. So yeah, it's something about getting real about something, just recognizing, okay, that was an old plan. We're not doing that now. We're doing this. Something like this could be happening here. For the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra, your 6th house, and Venus is also debilitated in the 5th house. So Sun will help you succeed at work. Don't be put off by those two words, debilitated. It doesn't mean anything bad, and especially as per the house, this is quite good. So Sun will help you succeed at work, and it will make you more empathetic, more understanding of people that you're interacting with. So that's definitely a plus. Venus in Virgo in the 5th house is actually very good for romance. Don't worry that it's debilitated. You might be a bit analytical about love, or you might be, texting your friends, getting their advice, or running a text message past them or something like that. But it's very good energy on the whole. Now, early November onwards, love life may not be so good, so just bear that in mind. But for this month, it's still looking good. Now, 7th October, there's a full moon, Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. It's happening in your 11th house. So you are completing a major cycle with friends and or an older sibling. And this could be a big cycle. This could be something, maybe something's been bothering you for a long time, and you have to speak and you have to get something off your chest, or you have to express who you are and then close something out so that you can both move forward. Okay, so that could be happening at this time. I've got here, you are bringing more discipline into this area of your life, and you're possibly also maturing. There's something about you maturing, and maybe your older sibling keeps seeing you as a little kid, but you're actually not. You know, these kind of corrections could be made around this full moon. We've got 21st of October, new moon, Libra, Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 6th house. So it's time to architect a new career path. If not a new career path, just adjustments to the path that you are on. This is a time to architect visions, plans for how you would like things to go. How would you like it to be? You know, you can architect some of the upcoming steps that you may well be taking. I've got here, you could also note down plans and strategies about how you would like to do things in your dream career, or, you know, even just on the 21st of October, visualizing what that dream career is, even that, just as a small little activity. So that is your overview there, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining. We are now going to welcome Gemini. Gemini, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Gemini Ascendant, Gemini Moon, or Gemini Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So the first half of the month to the 17th of October, we've got the Sun opposing Saturn across your 4th and 10th houses. So you might be looking at discipline, connecting in with home and or at work. Or how these two things interact with each other. Now, I'll actually give you an example. I don't know if I've given Gemini this example before, but I've given this example on the channel before. That is Daniel Petrie, who ran Microsoft Australia to be the most profitable division of all the global Microsoft divisions. And how he did that was he insisted that nobody do any work before 9 a.m. He insisted that everybody take a lunch hour, and he insisted that nobody work after 5 p.m. And when he put those very strict rules in place, productivity went through the roof because everybody had to work efficiently and quickly. And I'm seeing that kind of energy for you here through to the 17th of October. How can you optimize your days? How can you maybe tighten a deadline so that you're more efficient and more effective in a way? You know, it's tweaking the timing and structure of your day, which is actually really appropriate, Gemini, because we're going to have the clocks change in certain parts of the world in October. So it's an ideal time to look at the structure of your day and see if you can make any improvements. I've got here for the rest of the month, the Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 5th house, and Venus is also debilitated in the 4th house. So Sun will make you a more empathetic boss if you manage others, or you are, you know, maybe you're a parent as well, but there's something about the empathy is heightened here. You will be considering others' needs, and you will be able to be more productive. So you're considering your needs and others' needs, and there's something about the productivity going up. Yeah, it is linking in with that Daniel Petrie story that I just shared there. Venus in Virgo in the 4th is very good, so don't worry that it's debilitated. When it's in the 4th house, it's beautiful. So you might be inspired to redecorate your home, actually. So if there's something you want to redesign, or maybe you want to make something more beautiful, or this could even be updating your wardrobe or something like that. But there's something about making things more beautiful at home, and or connected with, could be connected in with your wardrobe or something like that. 7th of October, we've got a full moon in Pisces, Vedic Nakshatra. That's happening in your 10th house. So something major is closing out regarding your work. It's a good time to review discipline in connection with your work. And on the 21st of October, we have a new moon in Libra, Chitra Nakshatra. Now this is happening in your 5th house. So you can architect a new way of doing your days so that you get to be more creative. So everything I shared in the above, which was about, optimizing your days, maybe setting yourself a deadline so that you're more efficient. But all this could be with a view to giving yourself time to enjoy what you love to do, your hobbies, craft, or I've got here creativity that has no commercial agenda is so important in life. And I've got here, it builds skills and makes a person more cultured. Now, culture is interesting when I speak about this here, but what I'm thinking of is 5th house Leo. I'm thinking of the sun. And I taught a class on Patreon recently all about the sun. And what I discovered in my studies and then my sharing through the lesson was that, the sun is very much about culture and tradition and things like that. And the sun very often wants nothing to do with money. It's like, I'm going to make a beautiful thing. I don't care about money. I've seen this with very top artists. They just don't want anything to do with money. They don't want to be anywhere near it. They just want to be creative. So there's something about maybe you just want to be creative. And on the 21st of October, that new moon, you're somehow looking at your days and weeks and figuring out, okay, I need more me time. I need more time to be creative. I need to do projects and do different things and grow in new ways. So that could be what you're looking at there, Gemini. I'm excited for you. The energy here is good, and there's a lot you can do with it. So thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Cancer. Cancer, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Cancer Ascendant, Cancer Moon, or Cancer Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what have we got going on, Cancer? Well, we have got a Sun-Saturn opposition in the sky for the first half of the month to 17th October. We've got that Sun-Saturn opposition. It's happening across your 3rd and 9th houses. So this is actually quite beautiful. When it comes to the Sun, you are shining and succeeding at work. Okay, so definitely first half of the month through to 17th October, you're doing great. Work is great, you're on it, you're shining, you're being seen, you're being recognized. I've got here, you might be considering further study. You might need to increase your discipline so that you can skill up in something new that's work related. So this is about finding time. Saturn opposite the Sun will structure you, discipline you, and with a view to, helping you work out, okay, where can I get some extra time so that I can do some further study? This could be executive study, this could be, just taking a course, this could be just signing up to a Patreon group. I don't know what this is, but there's something about you possibly figuring out how to structure your days so you've got some more time to learn things. Maybe this could be just getting half an hour in the morning every day to do reading or something like that. So, or half an hour at lunch so you can do some reading while you're having your lunch, something along those lines. You might be adjusting your routine days schedule to be more productive, and or yes, to be more productive, but with a view to fitting in more further studies. I've got here for the rest of the month, the Sun will be debilitated in Libra, in your 4th house, and Venus is also debilitated in the 3rd house. So don't worry about the debilitations here, because as per house, things are looking pretty good. Sun in the 4th house, this could actually tire you out a little bit. It could raise expenses at home, or something about the home needs expenses or repairs, or you're more connected with home. Venus in Virgo in the 3rd house, this is actually really good. This is beautiful. So don't worry that Venus in Virgo is debilitated. It's in your 3rd house, and that's excellent. So you might be more social, you might make more friends, your social media platforms might grow. Equally, you might be more analytical or critical of your friends, or they are more analytical and critical of you. So just watch out for that. But Venus in Virgo in the third, this is very social. So if you haven't seen friends for a while, make some time to catch up with people you care about. Now on the 7th of October, there's a full moon in Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. This is happening in your 9th house. So something that might have been blocking your ability to feel fully in charge of your own life might release at this time. If you have felt like I haven't quite got a handle on my own life and I want more kind of creative control over my life, I want to feel more in charge of my life, I want to be the authority of my own life. So whatever's been blocking that could totally release at this time on the 7th of October. And then on the 21st of October, there's a new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra happening in your 4th house. So you can architect a new vision for how you want to live, where you want to live, or a strategy or plan where you find ways to make life more comfortable. And I've got here, this could be a plan to buy something new or maybe get someone in to do home repairs. I'm not sure what this is, but it's home related and you're architecting a new vision. So Cancer, that is what I have for you this month. I'm wishing you well. Take care. We are now going to welcome Leo. Leo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Leo Ascendant, Leo Moon, or Leo Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now what do we have, Leo? We've got a Saturn-Sun opposition. And for the first half of the month through to 17th of October, you're going to have this opposition running across your 2nd and 8th houses. So this is time to work out discipline regarding spending. With the Sun transiting through the 2nd house there, you might find that you have to spend a little bit more this month, so that's a possibility. But Saturn's gaze is on the Sun, and it's like, okay, we have to limit this, or we have to get real about our spending. There's something about getting real, being grounded. Maybe it's being more organized. I've got a note here, you might create a spreadsheet where you note your expenses. That's a possibility. There's something about getting organized or being structured and disciplined with spending. I've got here, bringing structure to spending will help you see where your money is going. So something about that, about needing more visibility over the expenses. And yeah, I'll tell you something, Leo. I started doing this for the first time some months ago. I'd always wanted to do this. I'd always wanted to like sit down and work out, okay, how much do I spend in a month? Like, I never bothered before. And I was chatting with a fellow coach and she told me she does it. And when she said that, I was like, oh, I want to do it as well. So then I started, this was a few months ago, and I'm still doing it. I'm keeping up with it. I haven't dropped off or stopped doing it. I'm amazed. And it's really good because then, and what I've got in my spreadsheet is I just mark the date but then I put like my different shops. So, okay, Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer, Lidl. I mainly shop at Lidl. Primark. I've just got certain like places where I typically spend my money, and I've just got a little column for each one. It's such a good thing to do. So I do recommend it. Like, I do actually do it. But I also know that like it's a bit of a faff as well, and like, yeah, who's got spare time and energy? I know. But I am doing it and gaining benefit. It hasn't made me spend less. I'm spending the same. But now I know more consciously. I think it's just good to be more aware. And I sort of feel more organized too. So yeah. I've got here for the rest of the month what is going on. So this is after mid-month, after 17th October. Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 3rd house. Venus is also debilitated in the 2nd house. Now, I'm using the word debilitated there. It's not bad. Because Sun will be in your 3rd house, Venus will be in your 2nd house. These are both very good placements. So Sun is brilliantly positioned for success at work. And there's something about you being humble as well, because it's, you know, and that's where the debilitation, there's something about you being humble and empathetic. So there's something like this, but you're shining and you can attract work, you can get work, new clients, grow social media, all of that. Venus in Virgo in the 2nd house is beautiful. This is great for cozy nights in, cooking delicious new things, changing up your diet, trying new things. Maybe you're buying something beautiful, maybe you're making something beautiful. But there's something about beauty, art, creativity, enjoyment, but definitely making something delicious to eat. Absolutely. Cozy nights in. Yeah, so that's sort of October, mid-October onwards. And in the Northern Hemisphere, how perfect. Might be a bit cooler as well. Now, 7th of October, got a full moon in Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. It's happening in your 8th house. So you might be especially psychic at this time. A major new ending will feel like a spiritual graduation. And this might be something that's only known to you, but it's like you're graduating, you're going up. I've written that, you're going up. That was the guided message. There's something now about you, Leo, you're going up. It's time. So, and that might have been a long time coming as well. I know some Leos expressed in the comments it's been tough. Keep going, Leo. Leo is such a precious energy. It's the sun. You know, out of all the things that you know how to be. That's what the sun is. The sun just knows how to be. That's what they do the best. So your energy is your true asset, Leo. 21st of October, we've got a new moon in Libra, Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 3rd house. So this is an excellent time to architect new ways of being organized. It's a great time to clutter clear your digital platforms, organize your files, passwords, bookmarks, all of that stuff. And I've got here, there's something about you feeling in charge of your digital platforms or just all of that side of things. And yeah, that's going to be good. So that's the 21st of October. Leo, I'm wishing you well. Take care. We are now going to welcome Virgo. Virgo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just checking the time. We're okay. So what have we got going on, Virgo? Well, we've got a Saturn-Sun opposition, and that is happening across your 1st and 7th houses. This is going to be for the first half of the month through to the 17th of October. So areas of your life that require more discipline will be illuminated. Are you in need of some discipline, Virgo? I think we are all in need of some discipline. I know I have been in need of discipline lately. For me, it's been my diet, actually. I've had to detox and be sensible, and yes, it has been interesting. So you might find that because it is to do with your physical body. It could be discipline to do with exercise. It is physical body related, so there's some discipline required with your physical body. Could be diet, could be exercise, could be discipline with sleeping on time every night, could be, and you've got the sun coming into your 1st house now, so now it's like it's not blazing there. It would have been blazing. You might have, in late September, you might find that it's hard to, let's have a look at that actually. You might find that it's hard to sleep at night. Let's bring up your chart, Virgo. Let's have a look. Have you been finding it hard to sleep? I want to know now. Yes, as of just a couple of days ago. As of so we're looking at maybe the month of September, you've been finding it hard to sleep, or you haven't been maintaining a very good sleep routine. Well, the sun is going to step into Virgo in your 1st house on the 17th of September. So now Saturn's gazing at the sun, and it's like, okay, this might be improving the sleep cycle. I'm not sure, but there's something about discipline. And I've got here, you might need to get organized with life-related admin. So this could also be just something to do with your whole life and an admin related to that. And I've got here increased discipline regarding physical fitness and diet. Now for the rest of the month, you've got Sun debilitated in Libra. That's in your 2nd house. And you've got Venus debilitated in your 1st house. Now don't worry about the words debilitation, because these are transiting quite nicely as per the houses. So Sun might actually make you spend more at this time. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it might. Sun might make you spend more at this time. But a good thing, a positive thing about Sun transiting through your second is that you might speak with authority and people really hear you and listen to you at this time. Now, Venus in Virgo in the first might give your mind a workout as well as your body. So perhaps you are figuring out ways to work smarter and not harder. There's something about you becoming strategic and clever with your physical assets and resources. And that yoga for the mind thing, yeah, I always think of yoga with Adrienne when she was teaching Anulam Vilom, where you do the, hang on, it's like this, isn't it? The alternate nostril breathing. And when she does the mudra, she says, oh, this is a bit like yoga for the mind. Like I really have to think about it. So that's where I was coming up with that. You know, your mind is getting a workout. So there's something where your mind is getting an extra workout in the second half of the month. So I'm not sure in what way that is, but there's something about your mind. Yeah, your mind is getting a workout. Something to think about there. And that could be in relation to your physical body. It's quite interesting energy. Now, on the 7th of October, there's a full moon in Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. It's happening in your 7th house. So something is completing either in your relationship with your significant other or in your heart space if you are single. And there's something to do with the spiritual healing that is possible at this time. Your heart can really heal, and there's something that you can graduate from, something you can let go or leave it in the past and move beyond it. And wouldn't that be great? So that's very possible from the 7th of October onwards. 21st of October, there's a new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 2nd house. So you can architect something new for your own finances or something regarding your family. Maybe there's a new plan, or maybe there's a holiday that you all want to take, or a trip you want to do. It's interesting that that's coming up. But yeah, it is in Libra Chitra Nakshatra. It could involve travel. I've got here equally, you could be reinventing your diet. You could be finding great new recipes. And there's something about you having hands-on energy to shape your days better. Because in that new moon, we are going to have Mercury and Mars there as well. So that is really interesting. Let's have a look at that. That is 21st of October. Seeing since I've got your chart up. Yeah, Mercury and Mars there at 2. So that's why I said there's something hands-on here. But you're getting hands-on and you are creating something new. It's exciting, Virgo. I'm wishing you well. Take care. We are now going to welcome Libra. Libra, thank you so much for joining. So this is Libra Ascendant, Libra Moon or Libra Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what have we got going on, Libra? Well, we have got a Sun-Saturn opposition. It's going to be on through to the 17th of October, and it's happening across your 12th and 6th houses. So for you, Libra, it might be a little bit harder to sleep at this time. Now, Saturn might encourage more discipline regarding your spiritual side. You might start or restart a meditation practice. You might read spiritual books for a few minutes before you sleep. Equally, it might be harder to sleep. So Saturn's in the 6th, so Saturn might be working you quite hard at work. So you might actually sleep very easily because you're just tired. So that's a strong possibility there. Saturn might be encouraging discipline regarding physical fitness, your diet as well. So that's also a possibility because Saturn's in the 6th there. So this is, you do need to look after your physical body and not overwork. So take care of that, Libra. Don't be overworking. I know your Saturn is there in a place of work, and Saturn wants to gift you new opportunities and all that, but you have to take care of yourself as well. So don't overburn. I've got here for the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 1st house, and Venus is debilitated in the 12th house. Now, Sun in the 1st house might tire you out a little bit, so that's for the 2nd half of the month. But then I've got Venus in Virgo in the 12th, might actually give you energy, but that's energy specifically for you to escape. So escape, do something different, change the energy, have fun. You might procrastinate a bit at that time. You might do nothing. You might lounge around. I've got here, escape via your favorite place or cafe or book, or however you escape, whatever that thing is. You might decide, yeah, I'm getting away from the desk. That's going to be good for you. 7th October, full moon, Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. This is happening in your 6th house. So something major is completing at work. And I've got here, it might be time to celebrate how far you have come. Take some time to consciously look at how far you've come. And you can look back 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. However far you can go, however far it makes sense, where you look back and you think, wow. See, I look at me 10 years ago. Did I know I'd be doing this work? No, I didn't know. And did I know I would find so much happiness and joy from doing this work? I didn't know. So yeah, I've got to go 10 years back to get that change, like where I go, wow, that was a big change. So at the time when it was all changing, I didn't know it was all changing. It took some time. But now I've got this time where I can look back. I have to go, 10 years back. If I was to meet 10 years ago me and tell her this is what you're doing now, I don't think she'd believe me. I don't think she would. No, I don't think she would. Oh, that's funny. I never thought about that. Well, I've thought about it now because of you. This is the reflection you might be doing. And you can do it now. You don't have to wait till the 7th of October. Whenever you listen to this, you just have a pause and think about this. But if you want to do it on the 7th of October, that's a good time to do it as well. Yeah, and I've got here, it might be time to celebrate how far you have come. Look back several years. Yeah, it's a good activity to do now and then. Now on the 21st of October, there's a new moon, Libra, Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 1st house. So what aspect of your life could you re-strategize? Is there something new that you want to architect or plan? And I've got here, get creative and capture some of these plans on paper. Libra, this new moon is all about you. This is all about you and your whole life. So what new thing do you want to architect and do? Maybe you're getting out a big sheet of paper. Do you know what? I'll show you actually. I've got a big sheet of paper. I ended up sticking these two bits of paper together which has made a slightly unusual shape, but I'm actually excited about this. I created this for some sewing. It's actually a portion of a sewing pattern, but I'm now looking at this piece of paper going, apologies Libra, it cut out, but I was excited about this unusual sized sheet of paper, which is not A4, but it's something bigger now because it's 2 bits of paper. But sometimes I do that. I'll stick things together and then you've got an unusual size, and then I'm somehow more excited to create a diagram. I don't know why that is, but there it is. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, where were we? I think that was that. But yeah, this is your whole life. This is the new moon in Libra. Chitra Nakshatra. This is all about you. So you can architect something new, create a new idea, create a new plan, jot down ideas. This is about you getting excited about something. What is that thing? I don't even know. But you have the energy to get organized and create something new. Let's see, there we go, that won't fall. All right. There it is, Libra. I'm wishing you well. Take care. Thank you so much for joining. We are now going to welcome Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Moon, or Scorpio Sun, as per the Sidereal Vedic system of astrology. Right, what have we got going on, Scorpio? Well, we have got a Sun-Saturn opposition. This is happening across your 11th and 5th houses, and it's the first half of the month through to the 17th of October. So Sun in the 11th is fantastic for success. You can attract wealth, abundance, new people, new opportunities. But Saturn's going to be casting his gaze onto this Sun. So there's something about you doing all of this in a disciplined way. And you might need to be disciplined with your energy. You might need to be organized. You might need to stay grounded. You might need to be a bit humble. You know, we've got a bit of this Saturn Sun going on. So humble is going to help you. And I've got here, there's something about you remembering that you are running a marathon and not a sprint. So don't overwork. Don't try and overdo anything with this. It is a beautiful Sun energy here, but if it takes time, if there are delays, accept the delays. Go with the flow. If the flow is slow, which it might be with the Saturn opposite the Sun, just go with it. I've got here for the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 12th house. Venus is also debilitated in the 11th house. So now from the Sun point of view, it actually might be harder to sleep because of the Sun. So that's just how that is. But, you know, you're becoming illuminated about things spiritually, psychically. You're seeing more than other people. So there is a benefit to Sun in the 12th. Now Venus in Virgo in the 11th. Beautiful. Don't worry that it's debilitated. That's just a technicality. It's in the 11th house. That's what counts. And it's excellent for success, abundance, love, meeting new people. Your Venus is sensational. So rest of the month, you know, we're looking at Venus. Venus energy will be shining bright, and that'll be a strong energy there. Now 7th of October, we've got a full moon in Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. It's happening in your 5th house. So something major is completing to do with your children, your kingdom, the place where you live. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. Doesn't matter if it's a tiny space like mine. Mine is very small. My very small kingdom. But yeah, something's completing to do with your children, your kingdom, your sense of self, your creativity. You're graduating. You're going up now. You've finished something. Scorpio, you've completed something. This is a full moon in Revati Nakshatra. So there's something that you're graduating from, and there is something to feel good about on this date. And on the 21st of October, there's a new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra happening in your 12th house. So what reality would you like to architect next? You have a new moon, Mercury and Mars here as well. You can literally channel your own guidance. I've got here the other side is giving you ideas at this time. Write them down. You will be gifted ideas, visions, plans, and how you jot that down. It could be in the form of a song. It could be a diagram. It could be however you work creatively. There's something creative going on here. It's hands-on. You're putting ideas on paper. So there is some new thing that wants to be birthed. Especially you are having quite a big completion there with that full moon on the 7th of October. It's exciting, Scorpio. I'm wishing you well. Take care. We are now going to welcome Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Sagittarius Ascendant, Sagittarius Moon, or Sagittarius Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. I think Saturn, I need a Saturn aspect on me right now to slow me down. What have we got? Well, we have got a Saturn-Sun opposition, and that is happening across your 10th and 4th houses, or I said Saturn-Sun, so that should be across your 4th and 10th houses. So this is for the first half of the month to the 17th of October. So the Sun in the 10th is fantastic for success, for being seen, for being recognized. You're working, it's going great. But what's happening is you do have an aspect by Saturn. So Saturn is going to want you to be disciplined. Saturn's going to want you to be humble. Saturn's going to want you to be grounded. Saturn is going to want you to follow the rules, think about other people, all of that stuff. So while your sun is blazing and shining, and you can really be succeeding, you might be encountering a limitation here and there. You might be encountering a delay as well. This could manifest as delays. Things take time. Now for the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 11th house, while Venus is also debilitated in the 10th house. So It's actually really good. The success continues. You are loving work at this time, and your energy is very attractive for picking up new contacts and opportunities. The sun is just, you're in a terrific sun transit. Beautiful in the 10th, beautiful in the 11th. So from the sun point of view, across all of October, you have got a great month. Now, Venus debilitated in the 10th, that's great for work. That's great for you loving your work. That's great for you making your work beautiful, or people really like to engage with your work, or, you know, there's all that kind of thing. But Venus in the 10th is not great for love life. So if you're experiencing challenges in love life, then you're going to have a better, this is the, like, just have a bit of space or time. I'll tell you when Venus improves, because when Venus improves for you, it's going to improve for a long time. So let's take a look at you, Sagittarius. Let's bring it up. Okay, so when Venus enters, yeah, it's like the 2nd of November. Hang on. Venus enters Libra. Oh, but actually that's Libra. But it's the 11th house. So it's good. So don't worry too much about Libra. I mean, look, Venus, 11th house onwards, love life improves for quite a few months after. So don't worry if love life isn't really great across October. That's the only thing that might be a little bit diminished across October for you. Now I've got here 7th October, full moon, Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. This is happening in your 4th house. So something major is completing at home. It could be in relation to your mother, could be in relation to family members, could be in relation to how you nurture yourself. So there's something closing and finishing here on the 7th of October. And on the 21st of October, it could be a bad habit. You know, it could be that you're giving up a bad habit. Something like that as well. 21st of October, there's a new moon in Libra, Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 11th house. So you can architect new ways to bring in money, to bring in opportunities. I've got here, perhaps you are architecting a new social media platform or a new business. Maybe something could be to do with communication, networking, friends, new plans with friends. So 21st of October, new moon. It's pretty exciting. You can architect new ways of doing things, Sagittarius. I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Capricorn. Capricorn, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Moon, or Capricorn Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what have we got going on, Capricorn? We have got a Sun-Saturn opposition. It's happening across your 9th and 3rd houses, and it's happening for the first half of the month through to the 17th of October. So at this time you might be feeling really ambitious, but you might be coming up against limits. You're trying to grow, you're trying to expand, and bang, there's a limit, right? I've got here, work on your discipline, work in a Saturnian, long-term marathon runner kind of way. Recognize that what it is that you want to do is going to take time. And they say it takes 20 years to create an overnight success. I'm pretty sure that quote is by Prince. If I'm not correct, I'll put something on the screen, but I'm pretty sure I've got that right. And he's right. It takes a lot of time to get to that pinnacle of your career or whatever it is. So keep going. And I've got here, slow down and slowly skill up. Your success is coming. Now, it's quite interesting because your success really is coming quickly in some ways. You will be seen as soon as this month. So I've got here for the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 10th house. Venus is debilitated in your 9th house. Now, from the Sun point of view, it's debilitated, but it's in the 10th house. So it's in the 10th house. That's really, really good. So I've got here, you will be recognized at work as soon as the second half of the month, and then you're going to have a good stretch with the Sun. So you've got really good energy coming up. I've got here, your hard work is paying off at this time, and it's in some regard, you know, in some way you're going to be seen or recognized, or, you know, things could be going your way. Equally, it's a good time to land new work, new opportunities, grow, any of that. Now, Venus will provide a love of learning and skilling up. You will be excited to learn something new with Venus in Virgo. I've got, you might find a great new book or a new teacher at this time, or a new course or a new online thing that you're just, oh, I'm so excited to do this. I want to learn this. Like, you will get into that, and you have the potential to anyway, whether you do or not, that's your free will. So, but the potential for you loving learning is very much there. And of course, the potential for you to be succeeding very much at work, say for example, mid-month onwards, that's very much there as well. Now, 7th of October, there's a full moon in Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. It's happening in your 3rd house. So something major is completing, either in your own mind. So you might be releasing some negative beliefs at this time, or something major is completing. It could be connected with your confidence and courage. There could be negative beliefs you need to release to improve your confidence. Equally, something major might be completing to do with your friends and or your siblings, or your teammates, your peers, people at your level. And on the 21st of October, there's a new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 10th house. So you can architect new career plans at this time. What next moves would you like to make, and how will you make them? It's actually a really good time to sit with a big piece of paper and draw some diagrams, strategize, work out, okay, what would I love to create and build? Actually make a plan, because this is Libra Chitra Nakshatra. The celestial architect is around. So it is a really good time to sit and plan things out. Capricorn, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Aquarius Ascendant, Aquarius Moon, or Aquarius Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what have we got going on, Aquarius? Well, we have got a Sun-Saturn opposition, and that is happening across your 8th and 2nd houses. That's for the first half of the month to the 17th of October. So I've got here, you will be seeing all kinds of hidden things regarding your family, but you might not be able to do much about it. I've got here, encourage discipline at home by being disciplined yourself. Your example will lead the way for other people around you. Yeah, there is something about, you're seeing everything. You're seeing it all and you're going, wow, so this is how it really is. But then Saturn's opposite, limiting you or delaying what you can do about it, or you might want to do something about it, but you can't do much. There's something about, there's not much wriggle room here. I've got here, for the rest of the month, Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 9th house. Venus is also debilitated in the 8th house. So I've got here, your ambition is cranking up, and soon your hard work will pay off. You will enter a glorious stretch, Aquarius, where you will be seen and rewarded. Let me tell you when that is. I'm just going to bring it up, because that is actually quite exciting, and it is good to have a little heads up now. Yeah, so don't worry if you're you might be a bit hidden. All your work effort, across this month maybe is, you're not being seen or recognized, but you will be seen and recognized. We're looking at mid-month November onwards. Mid-month November onwards through to, I'll tell you when, through to about mid-January. Wow, that is a good time for work for you. That's a good time for being recognized, for being seen. So just bear that in mind. I probably will cover all that in the upcoming episodes, but that's just good for you to have a little heads up now. You're getting a little extra heads up on that. Let's see. So yeah, you're seeing all kinds of hidden things regarding family. Oh, we covered that. Yeah, I've got here, your ambition is cranking up and soon your hard work will pay off. So we're looking at Sun in the 9th there. It's debilitated. There could be something about you wanting to focus more on learning and skilling up. So that's good. Before we get to that, I think it was mid-November point, wasn't it? Let's just have another look again. think it's mid-November. Yeah, before we get to that mid-November point, you could be skilling up, becoming more academic, maybe jotting down your plans as well, becoming more organized. Those will be good activities. But it's shine time, mid-November onwards for you. Venus. Now, Venus debilitated in the 8th. Don't worry, it's debilitated. It's in the 8th. That's great. So Venus loves being at home there. So cooking up delicious things, spending time with your people, just, yeah, being a bit social, being a bit relaxed, being with your family, and doing the Mel Robbins, let them, just, if it gets difficult, you're with your people, just let them be who they are. That's where they are, let them be there. Now, 7th October, we've got full moon, Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. That's happening in your 2nd house. So something major is completing at home, in your family of origin, or to do with your long-term finances. A blockage is definitely clearing at this time. So if you've been blocked, if you felt that maybe something has been blocking you from childhood, or your family, or family connections, or something like that. If there's some big long-term thing could clear at this time and be released. So that's great. And on the 21st of October, there's a new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 9th house. So you can architect new plans for what you'd like to learn and how you'd like to become an authority in your field. That is a big goal there. I remember writing it. I was like, this is profound. This is really big. But yes, why not? And this could also be you're architecting new plans for what you want to learn and how you want to learn it, who you want to learn it from. Maybe you are becoming a teacher and you're architecting plans for how you want to teach people. So this could be that as well. But it would be good for you to sit down with some actual big bits of paper and do diagrams, jot things down, brainstorm, have fun with the process of being strategic. You've got really good energy for that right now. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining. We are now going to welcome Pisces. Pisces, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. This is Pisces Ascendant, Pisces Moon, or Pisces Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what have we got going on, Pisces? Well, we have got a Sun-Saturn opposition. It's happening across your 7th and 1st houses. So this is quite interesting. The Sun's movement here into Virgo, it's actually good for work, but it's a bit of a strong energy when it comes to your relationship. It's not a great romantic transit, this one. You might need a bit of space in your relationship, especially we've got Saturn's gaze onto the Sun. So yeah, it's kind of like not the best energy for relationship or love life, but it's good energy for work. It's good energy for being seen at work, for being recognized at work, for putting some more discipline into your work. So that's all good. But in your partnership, you might want a little bit of space. Equally, you might feel like your partner is wanting to be a bit strict with you. That's a possibility here as well. I've got here, you might see hidden dynamics in your partnership, and yet with Saturn's aspect onto the Sun, you might not be able to do much about it. You might be quite limited in what you can do. So I've got here, give your relationship space for a bit. The energy will improve early November onwards. Now, for the rest of the month, the Sun will be debilitated in Libra in your 8th house. Venus is also debilitated in the 7th house. So you might be seeing hidden dynamics. And I've got here, you actually can do something about it through to the 27th of October. So these hidden dynamics that you're seeing, this is in connection with, this could be in connection with in-laws, family members, people around you. And I've got here, you can do something about it through to the 27th of October. Pisces, I just want to check out, why did I write the 27th of October? Okay, that's the movement of Mars. So Mars is here. Mars is actually good. Yeah, I did notice that, because it's like you do have the energy to make a change at home or in your family, but I'm not seeing this as being specifically just partner. I'm seeing this as being broader family. So if there's a change that maybe you see something and you're like, well, we could do this better. You've got Mars there, so you might be able to make some kind of change. I've got here, Venus will help you fall in love with work again. But this is not great energy for your partnership. Yeah, Pisces, no matter which way I look at this, I'm just going to look at your chart directly. It is not the best time for certain relationships, I would say, could be being tested. Especially, yes, partner, yes, but a broader family as well. And there's something about you seeing more. Like you're like, oh gosh, and you're like, I wish they could see, but they can't see. You're evolved, like, they won't see the same thing as you. So yeah, it's a bit tough energy here, Pisces. And some Pisces moon will be in Sagittarius as well. Wow, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, this is hard energy for Pisces moon. But equally, even if you're a Pisces ascendant, you might be, sometimes I feel like even the ascendant, because Saturn's going over the ascendant, so it's hard. Some Pisces might be going through some tough stuff right now. So hang in there is what I would say. Keep going. The energy definitely improves, okay? That is for sure. You've got much better transits to look forward to. Things are going to get better for sure. It's just this little bit here which isn't ideal. So yeah, October might be a little bit tricky in places. Let's have a look at your moon situation. So 7th October, there's a full moon in Pisces, Revati Nakshatra. It's happening in your first house. Wow, this is quite huge. I've got here something major is completing in your life right now. Saturn is here. I've got here, find solace in the narrow band of life that he provides. Solace in the chop wood and carry water. It's like Saturn is a narrow band of energy, but what I find is that if you just operate in the narrow band, you are very safe. And it's like there's safety offered in his narrow band. There's not the excitement of the sun. You're not going to get the excitement of ambition and ego and rewards and sun and all that wonderful stuff. That ain't there with Saturn. Saturn's the narrow band. It's not fun, but like when you operate well in there, what I find is it's the safest place to be, actually. Who wants all that glitz and glamour and to be out there in the world? Saturn's narrow band is very wonderful. Yes. I've got here, simplify your life, find the beauty in simple things. Yeah, something along these lines. You might have to simplicity. I come back to that. I come back to just enjoying really the simple things. These are the things that make me happy. Yeah. 21st October, there's a new moon in Libra, Chitra Nakshatra. It's happening in your 8th house. I've got here, you might be more psychic at this time. You might also be more hands-on. And I've got here, those of you, oh, this is interesting. Yes, I was thinking about this yesterday. Is there anyone here who has that psychic talent and skill where if you touch something, you pick up information? I know 2 people who can do this. I know a friend of mine, she was from Melbourne, living here in London. We went to a second-hand shop, and a really nice one up in North London. We went, I think it was St John's Wood. It's very beautiful. And they sell these second-hand designer things, and I was there with her. I didn't know about it. She dragged me in there. Anyway, there was this white jumper that it's like cashmere or something. It was beautiful, and I think she paid like £5 for it. It was something incredible. But when she touched it, she got a psychic download, And she absolutely loved the energy of the person who wore it. So she's like, I'm going to buy this. She loved it. She put it on. It looked fantastic on her. It was great. And then the other person who did this one time was my mum. My mum has this talent. She was able to, I had brought something home from England one time, and it was a knitted thing that somebody I know made. Somebody I knew, let's make that one clear. Anyway, my mum touches this knitted thing, and she immediately tells me, don't hang out with this person. And she was right. She was right. She just, and I'm looking at her and I'm seeing that she's reading everything, and I was blown away. She was like, don't hang out with this person, yeah. And I was still defending them and thinking, no, but no, she was right. She was right. But she had that talent, and there are some people who have that talent where they touch something. So if you have that talent where you touch something and you get all the psychic information, that is going to be on fire as well. Is it going to be on fire? Let's see. No, but it's going to be heightened. There's no fire energy here. It's Libra Chitra in a watery place. So there's air and there's water here. It's not going to be on fire, but it's going to be very heightened. I can say heightened because it's air. So 21st October, new moon, Libra Chitra Nakshatra. If you have that psychic gift of being able to touch something and you get all the information, that is going to be heightened ability at this time. I don't have that at all, really. I don't think I do. I do pop into these secondhand and antique shops here because in England they're everywhere. This is just the most wonderful place for all of that. And I tell you, I do pick up old objects, but yeah, I don't, no, nothing occurs to me. Where I get the imprints and ideas, and it's when I use the Vedic system, then I get things happen. That's where it happens for me. But I also realize, I think this is for a limited time, that, and I think with all of our, I think we're done here. Are we done here? I'll chat a little bit more about this new moon for you, but yeah, with all the psychic gifts, I think they're on for a limited time, and sometimes that could be your whole life. But I tend to think that, because I've seen that with readers. I've seen people who read, like Caroline Mays, she would read people in her Saturn Mahadasha. In her Saturn Mahadasha, Caroline Mays would read people. And then the Mercury Mahadasha, there came a point where she couldn't keep doing it. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But on the 21st of October, the new moon, Libra Chitra Nakshatra, 8th house, you might be more psychic at this time. Equally, it's Chitra, so it's the celestial architect. You might be getting ideas and visions for what you want to do going forward. And what I would say is map those out, journal them, write them down. This is an excellent time to be writing down plans, strategies, thinking about how you might want to do things differently going forward. Because I have noticed over the last few weeks, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, a lot of people are changing things up. I probably mentioned this in the last video. I might have mentioned it here in Pisces. A lot of people are changing the look of their channels and websites and all these things. So there's a lot of shift and change that's going on. And in and amongst that, this is a very good time to be architecting new plans. So it's really good that we're having this new moon in Libra Chitra Nakshatra. It's coming at just absolutely the best time. Guys, and anyone who has watched the whole thing, and my Pisces people, Pisces moon, keep going, hang in there. I'll put it on the screen. It's a Sadhisati meditation. You can have a look at that on Insight Timer. Anyone who's here, still watching the video, thank you so much for being here. Let me know how you get on in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you next time.